Hello viewers, good morning. You know myself, I am K. Bhaskar, working as assistant professor in Department of Chemistry at SRR Government Arts and Science College, Karimnagar. In this video, I am going to discuss about the acid derivatives. Right? In our last video presentation, we covered the carboxylic acids. Right? Their properties, nomenclature, classification, as well preparations of carboxylic acids. Now this is the last video presentation in this topic, that is carboxylic acids and their derivatives. Right? In this video we are going to discuss about the acid derivatives. We know acid derivatives are nothing but which are obtained by the carboxylic acids, which can be prepared from the carboxylic acids. Right? So today we are going to discuss about the acid derivatives. Acid derivatives are nothing but acid chloride, acid anhydrides, esters, acid amides. These are the four derivatives which we can prepare from the carboxylic acids. Right? Before going into the topic, here is a question which I am repeatedly asking you, that is, what do you know about the functional group? What is the definition of functional group? Right? This is a very important term. Right? This is a very basic term. One must know what is functional group. Right? Functional group is nothing but it is a group or an atom which defines the characteristic properties of the compound, that is called functional group. Yes? Right. Coming to the learning outcomes. What are the learning outcomes of the today's presentation? These are the learning outcomes you can see in the slide, that is preparation of acid derivatives, how to prepare the acid derivatives, and what are the properties of acid derivatives, and nucleophilic substitution reactions in acid derivatives. Comparison of a nucleophilic substitution in acid derivatives. Right? Coming to the preparation of acid chloride. Acid chloride, we can prepare them from the treatment of carboxylic acids with the thionyl chloride or phosphorus trichloride or phosphorus pentachloride. Right? You can see in the slide carboxylic acids on treating with the halogenating agents like phosphorus pentachloride or phosphorus trichloride or thionyl chloride, we get our acid chloride. Right? This is the preparation method for acid chlorides. Right? If you replace R by CH3, then it is called as acetyl chloride. Right? Coming to the properties of acid chlorides. Right? Acid chlorides are somewhat harmful to the nature, harmful to the human beings. They are very dangerous for lungs. Right? They are irritating smell. They have irritating smell. And coming to the chemical properties, these acid chlorides will act as a acetylating agents. That means by using these acetyl chloride or acid chloride, we can replace the hydrogen atom of the functional groups like hydroxy functional group, amine functional group, or thionyl functional group. Right? Thiol functional group, that is SH, OH, NH, SH. The hydrogen atom of OH, NH, SH can be replaced by the acetyl group or acyl group using this acid chloride. You can see here in the first reaction, in the alcohol, hydrogen has been replaced by acyl group to give ester as the product. In the second reaction, NH2 having amines, in the hydrogen atom on the nitrogen is replaced by acyl group to give N substituted amides. Similarly, our thiol group, that is SH group, the hydrogen atom is replaced by acyl group to give the ester, thioester. Right? So in this way we can say that this acid chloride will act as a acetylating agent. It is helpful in replacing the hydrogen atom present on OH group, NH group, or SH group. Right? Coming to the second property of acid chloride, that is reduction reaction. Acid chloride will undergo reduction in presence of lithium aluminum hydride. This is a complex reducing agent from which we will get the alcohol as the final product, right? Whereas our acid chloride, upon reduction with the Rosenmund reduction reagent, Rosenmund reducing agent, that is palladium in presence of barium sulfate, right? Palladium barium sulfate is called as a Rosenmund reducing agent, right? This is a mild reducing agent. Using this Rosenmund reducing agent, our acid chloride will be converted into aldehyde, right? This is called as a Rosenmund reduction reaction, right? Acid chloride gives aldehyde with the mild reducing agents like Rosenmund reducing agent, that is palladium in presence of barium sulfate. As well, our acid chlorides will be converted into alcohols in presence of lithium aluminum hydride, or even in presence of hydrogen, any metal like nickel, palladium, platinum. This is what about the reduction of acid chlorides. Coming to the third reaction, that is Friedel-Crafts reaction. We know Friedel-Crafts reaction, this is a well-known reaction of benzene, that is benzene undergoes acylation in presence of acid chloride and Lewis catalyst, that is aluminum trichloride. We will get the acyl electrophile, which will undergo electrophilic substitution on benzene. This is an example of electrophilic substitution reaction, right? So here you can see the H plus is replaced by acyl group, acyl electrophile. This is a substitution reaction. H is replaced by acyl group. Here the replacing group acyl will come in the form of electrophile. Therefore, it is an example of electrophilic substitution reaction. Here aluminum trichloride is a catalyst which helpful in formation of acyl electrophile. This is a Friedel-Crafts reaction, right? Coming to the fourth property of acid chloride, even the sodium salts of carboxylic acids will undergo acylation to give acid anhydride. You can see here the salts of carboxylic acid reacts with acid chloride to give acid anhydride, right? So in this way, from acid chloride we can also prepare the acid anhydride, right? These are the properties of acid chloride. Coming to the second derivative, that is acid anhydride. So here we are discussing about the preparations of acid anhydride, our second derivative of carboxylic acids, right? This acid anhydride functional group can be regarded as the derivative of derived from the two carboxylic acid functional groups. When we remove water molecule from the two carboxylic acids, we will get the acid anhydride. You can see the first preparation method, that is dehydration of acid. Here in this, in presence of dehydrating agents like phosphorus pentoxide, acidic anhydride, or in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, water molecule is removed from the two carboxylic acids to form acid anhydride, right? Coming to the second preparation method, we have already covered just now in the properties of acid chloride. There you can see the sodium salts of carboxylic acids reacts with acid chloride to give acid anhydride, right? These are the two preparation methods for acid anhydride. Coming to the properties of acid anhydride, right? These are the acid anhydrates are also irritating to the lungs. They are having irritating smell, and this acid anhydride is somewhat less reactive compared to the acid chloride. Similar to that of acid chloride, our acid anhydrides will also be utilized as acetylating agents. That means the hydrogen atom of the hydroxy functional group, or the hydrogen atom on the amine functional group, or the hydrogen atom on the thiol functional group can be replaced by acyl group using this acid anhydride as a acetylating agent. But here the difference is acetyl chloride, acid chloride is more reactive than the acid anhydride, right? So you can see here, these are the three examples here we have taken. In the first example, the alcohol, that is OH group, the hydrogen atom on the hydroxy group has been replaced by acyl group, and we get ester as the product. Here acetic acid is the side product. Similarly, in the second reaction you see NH, hydrogen on the nitrogen of the amine group replaced by acyl group to get N-alkyl acetamide, and acetic acid is the side product. Similarly, the hydrogen atom on the thiol group is replaced by acyl using acid anhydride to give thioesters, right? This is also known as hydrolysis reaction or acetylation on hydrogen atom of hydroxy group, amine group or thiol group, right? Coming to the preparation of aspirin. You know, aspirin is a drug used to treat the fevers and as well as pains, body pains, right? What is aspirin? The chemical formula of the aspirin is, you can see in the product, that is acetyl salicylic acid. This is what aspirin, right? Acetyl salicylic acid is known as aspirin. You can see here the product acetyl salicylic acid, that is aspirin, can be prepared from the salicylic acid by acetylation on hydroxy group of salicylic acid, right? So in this way, our previous reaction, that is hydrolysis, that is acetylation on hydroxy group using acid anhydride, we can prepare the esters, right? Here if you take salicylic acid as the example, you can see here in this salicylic acid we are having hydroxy group in which the hydrogen atom attached to oxygen is replaced by acetyl group to give acetyl salicylic acid as the product, right? In this way, our acid anhydride is helpful in preparation of aspirin, right? That is salicylic acid having hydroxy group undergoes acetylation using acid anhydride to give acetyl salicylic acid. This is known as aspirin. It is a drug helpful in treating the pains and as well as fever, high temperatures, right? Coming to the second reaction, similar to that of acetyl chloride or acid anhydrides, similar to acid chlorides, our acid anhydrides are also used as acetylating agent. So it will undergo Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction. It is used in Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction in generating the acetyl electrophile in presence of aluminum trichloride, which is a catalyst. You see here, this is a electrophilic substitution reaction. In the benzene, hydrogen electrophile is replaced by acetyl electrophile. Here the acetyl electrophile is obtained from our acid anhydride in presence of Lewis catalyst, that is AlCl3, right? This is what about the Friedel-Crafts reaction in which we are using acid anhydride for generating the acetyl electrophile. Coming to the third reaction, our acid anhydride, upon treating with the phosphorus pentachloride, it will undergo decomposition to give acid chloride as the product. So in this way we can prepare acid chloride from the acid anhydride with the phosphorus pentachloride. Similarly, we can prepare the acid anhydride from acid chloride, right, by using the salts of carboxylic acids, right? So in this way we can convert the acid chloride into acid anhydride and acid anhydride into acid chloride, right? Right. Now the third derivative of carboxylic acids, that is ester, right? Ester is nothing but C double bond O attached to two alkyl groups on both sides is called as ester, right? This is a derivative of a carboxylic acid. That means we can prepare this ester from carboxylic acids. You can see in the slide we are preparing the ester from the carboxylic acids. By the interaction of the carboxylic acid with alcohol, in presence of acid medium, it will undergo esterification to give aceter as the product. This is a reversible reaction, and we have also seen this mechanism of this reaction in our previous video presentation, right? This is a reversible reaction. That means we can also reverse back our carbolic acid and alcohol from the aceter when we hydrolyze them in presence of acid medium, right? Coming to the reaction with acid chloride. Reaction with acid chloride. Acid chloride will we have already discussed these two reactions. That means reaction with acid chloride and reaction with acid anhydride. We know acid chloride as well as acid anhydride are used as acetylating agent. We can replace the hydrogen atom on the alcohol to get the aceter. Yes, right. You see here our acid chloride underwent acetylation on a hydroxy group of the alcohol to give aceter as the product. Similarly, in the third reaction, our acid anhydride used as a acetylating agent, and it underwent acetylation on hydroxy group of the alcohol to give aceter, right? These two are similar reactions, that is acetylation on hydroxy group, right, to give aceter as the product. Coming to the properties of aceters, you know the aceters are sweet smelling liquids. They are colorless, and if you look at the difference between the carboxylic acid and aceters, in carboxylic acids we have COOH group, in aceters we have COOR, right? So our carboxylic acids will form hydrogen bonding between the two carboxylic acid molecules. They exist as dimers, therefore their boiling point and melting points are high. Whereas in our aceters there is no chance of forming hydrogen bonding, thereby our aceters will exhibit lower melting and boiling points compared to the corresponding carboxylic acids, right? Coming to the properties, chemical properties of aceters. Aceters will undergo hydrolysis in presence of water in presence of acid. It is a reversible reaction to give carboxylic acid and alcohol back, right? Similarly, our aceters will also undergo hydrolysis in presence of base to give sodium salts of carboxylic acid as well as alcohol. This is a irreversible reaction. This irreversible reaction, that is hydrolysis of aceters in presence of base, is a named reaction which is known as saponification. This saponification reaction is helpful in preparation of soaps and detergents, right? The long chain fatty acids, the sodium salts of long chain fatty acids are used as detergents, which we will prepare from this reaction, that is saponification reaction. That means our aceters will undergo hydrolysis both in acid medium as well as in base medium, right? Coming to the second property, that is aminolysis. The splitting of aceter in presence of ammonia is known as aminolysis. Our esters will undergo aminolysis. Splitting by ammonia is called aminolysis, right? Our aceters on aminolysis, that is in presence of ammonia, we will get acid amide and as well as alcohol as the product. Similarly, our esters will also undergo splitting in presence of alcohol. Here I have taken methanol as the alcohol, right? Our aceters undergo splitting in presence of alcohol to give the aceters, other aceter. That means the transfer of aceters will take place. The initial aceter will be converted into the methyl aceter. You see here the methyl of the alcohol has been replaced the other alkyl group attached to the aceter group. So in this way we will see the alcoholysis in aceters, right? Coming to the fourth property, that is acidolysis. Our esters will also undergo splitting in presence of carboxylic acids. You see here pentanoic acid. I have taken here pentanoic acid. The aceter is ethyl acetate, right? Here what happened? You see here the ethyl group of the ethyl acetate has been underwent splitting and shifted to the hydrogen atom of the carboxylic acid group, right? This is called splitting of aceter in presence of carboxylic acid, right? In this way we will get the ethyl pentanoate as the product, and our ester will be converted into acid, that is acetic acid, right? This is called acidolysis, right? No need to confuse here. Hydrolysis means splitting in presence of water, either in base medium or acid medium. Aminolysis, splitting of ester in presence of ammonia. Alkalolysis, splitting of our ester in presence of alcohol. Acidolysis, splitting of ester in presence of carboxylic acid, right? Right. This is the acidolysis, right? Coming to the fifth property, that is reduction. Our esters undergo reduction in presence of sodium. The solvent taken here is ethanol. This is a named reaction, that is Bagwell-Blank reduction. Our ester will be reduced to give alcohol, right? Our carbonyl part will be converted to alcohol. Similarly, the OC2H5 part is converted into alcohol, right? This bond will this ester will be converted into alcohol, that is ethyl alcohol and as well as ethyl alcohol, right? This is a Bagwell-Blank reduction. Similarly, our esters will also undergo reduction in presence of lithium aluminum hydride to give alcohol as the product, right? Coming to the sixth reaction, our esters will react with phosphorus pentachloride to give acid chloride as the product. Here the ethyl chloride as well as POCl3 is the side product, right? So these are the properties of esters, right? Coming to the uses of esters. Actually, just now we covered the properties. The physical properties of ester is nothing but they are sweet smelling liquids. They are used in perfumes, artificial perfumes, and even our esters are used as solvents for oil as well as varnishes, etc. Right? This is what about the uses of esters, right? Esters are helpful in also skin diseases, in treating the skin diseases, right? Coming to the last derivative, that is amide. This is a derivative of carboxylic acid. That means we can prepare this amide from the carboxylic acids, right? If you look at the preparation method, we can prepare these amides from salts, that is ammonium salts of carboxylic acid. You know, carboxylic acid is an acid, ammonia is a base. These two will react to form salt, that is ammonium carboxylate salt. These ammonium salts of carboxylic acid, upon heating we will get the amide, that is C double bond O NH2 group is called amide, acid amide. This is the derivative of carboxylic acid, right? Right. Compared to the other derivatives, our acid amide is somewhat different, because if you look at this, our acid amide is having NH functional group in it. That means hydrogen atom attached to more electronegative atom, hydrogen atom to the attached to the nitrogen atom. So therefore, if you look at the other derivatives of acid like acid chloride, acid anhydride, ester, we don't have any hydrogen atom attached to the more electronegative atom in those acid derivatives, except in our amides. Remaining acid derivatives do not have hydrogen atom linked to electronegative atom, whereas our amides consist of hydrogen atom linked to connected to more electronegative nitrogen atom. Due to this, our amides are able to form hydrogen bonding between the two molecules of amides. Thereby, their melting and boiling points are high compared to the other derivatives having same molecular weight, right? Acid amides will form hydrogen bonding. Remaining acid derivatives do not form hydrogen bonding, right? Coming to the other preparation methods of acid amide, that is amide, C double bond O NH2 group, we can also prepare the amides from partial hydrolysis of alkyl cyanide, right? When you see here, the reactant taken is alkyl cyanide. In this, the cyanide is the functional group. C triple bond N, which will undergo partial hydrolysis in presence of alkaline hydrogen peroxide medium to give acid amide as the product. Similarly, you can see the third preparation method. By the action of ammonia on acid chloride, acid anhydride and esters, we have already seen the acetylation using acid chloride as well as acid anhydride on NH functional group, that is ammonia. Ammonia is an example of NH bond, right? This ammonia is having NH bond, which will undergo acetylation using acid chloride as well as acid anhydride. Even our esters will undergo aminolysis to give amide. So in this way, by the action of ammonia on acid chloride, acid anhydride and esters, we will get amide as the product. So these are the three preparation methods of amide. Coming to the properties of amides, right? Our amides will undergo hydrolysis both in presence of base medium as well as acid medium to give carboxylic acid and ammonia as the side product. If you look at the second property of the amides, our acid amides will undergo dehydration in presence of dehydrating agents like phosphorus pentoxide. They give cyanide, alkyl cyanide as the product. You can see here in the previous case, upon hydrolysis of acid alkyl cyanide, we get acid amide. By the removal of water using phosphorus pentoxide, we will get the alkyl cyanide. This alkyl cyanide is nothing but anhydride of acid amide, right? Coming to the third property, this is a very important reaction, that is Hofmann degradation reaction. It involves rearrangement in which this amide will undergo degradation. It loses carbonyl group and we will finally get the primary amine as the product. Here the condition is base condition. In this we use bromine as the reagent, right? Our acid amide reacts with bromine in presence of basic medium, undergoes rearrangement, that means degradation, to give primary amine as the product. This is the very important reaction, right? These are the properties of amides. Coming to the nucleophilic substitution reactions in acid derivatives, right? Here I have taken acid chloride as the acid derivative. If you look at the structure of the acid chloride, are connected to C double bond O Cl, and here due to the presence of more electronegativity of chlorine compared to the carbon atom, here the sigma bonded electrons between the CCl bond, the sigma bonded electrons are partially displaced towards chlorine. Thereby the carbon gets positive charge, gets electron deficient. And as well, you can see here the double bond, C double bond O, here the double bond is shifted to oxygen atom due to its more electronegativity. Thereby the carbon gets positive charge. So here the carbon is a electron deficient due to two mechanisms. One is due to the shifting of double bond towards the oxygen, the carbon will get electron deficiency. Similarly, due to the partial displacement of sigma bonded electrons towards the chlorine atom, due to its more electronegativity, due to its inductive effect, minus IE effect, the carbon gets electron deficiency, right? Thereby this acid chloride will undergoes nucleophilic substitution at the acyl carbon. Yes. Similarly, if you look at the alkyl chloride, right, in the alkyl chloride also the sigma bonded electrons are shifted towards chlorine due to its minus inductive effect. Because of its high electronegativity, the carbon which is attached to the chlorine in the alkyl halides gets electron deficiency. Thereby it will also undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction. But the difference is, in alkyl halides the nucleophilic substitution takes place at the alkyl carbon, whereas in our acid chloride the nucleophilic substitution takes place at the acyl carbon, If you look at the rate of nucleophilic substitution, easiness, if you compare the nucleophilic substitution in both the compounds, acid chloride will undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction very easily, because here the electron deficiency on the carbon is high, because here the electron deficiency on the carbon in the acid chloride is due to two mechanisms. One is due to the shifting of double bond towards oxygen, and as well another one is the partial displacement towards the chlorine atom. Thereby the carbon gets more electron deficient and undergoes fastly with the other nucleophile, and we can say that finally nucleophilic substitution reactions are fast in acid chloride compared to the alkyl chloride. If we discuss the mechanism of the nucleophilic substitution reactions in acid derivatives, this is the general mechanism. It involves two steps. You can see in the slide here, RC double bond O Z. This is the general formula of the acid derivative, where Z may be equals to chloro group. If we replace Z by Cl, we will get acid chloride. If we write O C double bond O R in place of Z, we will get acid anhydride. When we replace this Z group with OR group, we will get aceter. When we replace this Z group with NH2, we will get acid amide, right? So this is the general formula, where Z is equals to Cl or OCOR, or it may be OR, maybe NH2, right? This is the general formula of acid derivative, that is RC double bond O Z, right? Acid derivatives will undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction. That means Z group is replaced by another incoming new nucleophile. And if you look at the mechanism, it involves two steps. You see in the slide, in the first step, there is an addition of a new nucleophile on the electron deficient carbon of the acid derivatives. You see here the double bond is shifted to oxygen, we will get O minus, carbon gets positive charge which is attached to the incoming nucleophile. This is a addition step. First step involves addition of nucleophile, and in the second step what happens? There is a elimination of the nucleophile, right? Elimination of the already present nucleophile, that is Z nucleophile, to get our new product, right? So in this way, our nucleophilic substitution in acid derivatives involves two steps. First step involves addition of new nucleophile. Second step involves removal or elimination of the old nucleophile, right? This is the nucleophilic. Finally, if you look at the product and the reactant, just our Z is replaced by the nucleophile. This is a substitution reaction. This is a nucleophilic substitution reaction, because this substitution reaction is initiated by nucleophile. Therefore, it is called as nucleophilic substitution reaction. And if you compare the rate of nucleophilic substitution in acid chloride, acid anhydride, aceter and amide, right? If you compare the nucleophilic substitution in the acid derivatives, whichever the acid derivative, you can see here in the second step, the Z has been removed, lost to form the substituted product, right? So here, based on the rate of second step, the nucleophilic substitution takes place easily in the acid derivatives. If our Z group is a weak base, then it will be easily removed and it will act as a good living group, right? If you look at the nature of a basicity, if you compare the basicity of these groups, that is Z group, that is Cl, OC double bond OR, OR, NH2. Here Cl is the weak base. Because of its more electronegativity, it will not give its lone pair of electrons. So therefore it is a weak base. Thereby it is a good living group. Thus we can say that out of all acid derivatives, acid chloride will undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction very fast compared to all other acid derivatives. Similarly, our NH2 group is the strong base. It is a strong base. So thereby we can say that it is a it is not a easy living group. It is very difficult to remove NH2 group. Thereby, acid amides will undergo nucleophilic substitution at slow rate, right? And you can see here, this is what the order of rate of nucleophilic substitution in acid derivatives. You see, acid chloride will undergo nucleophilic substitution with fast rate compared to the acid amide, right? Because in amide, NH2 group is a strong base, thereby it is not a easy living group. It is very difficult to remove NH2 group during the substitution reaction, so it undergoes substitution reaction very slowly. Whereas in acid chloride, our Cl group is a weak base, therefore it is a easy living group, good living group, thereby it undergoes substitution very fastly. Here is a note for you, please remember it. Weaker bases are good living groups, right? Right, if you look at the mechanism, our substitution on the nucleophilic substitution in acid derivatives involves two steps. This is a substitution reaction, right? It is a substitution. Whereas if you look at the reaction of nucleophile with the aldehydes and ketones, it is not similar to that of our acid derivatives. Acid derivatives will undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction, whereas aldehydes and ketones will undergo nucleophilic addition reactions. Because in this, our hydrogen as well as alkyl group, hydrogen atom in the aldehyde, alkyl group in the keto group, these two are very strong bases. They are not easy living groups. It is very difficult to replace the hydrogen atom of the aldehyde, alkyl group of the keto with the new incoming nucleophiles. So thereby we can say that if you look at the structure of aldehydes and ketones, even though their structure is somewhat similar to that of acid chlorides, but here the hydrogen atom of the aldehyde, alkyl group of the keto are strong bases. They are not easy living groups. It is very difficult to replace them with the new incoming nucleophile. Thereby there is no question of nucleophilic substitution reactions in aldehydes and as well as ketones. They undergoes, instead of substitution, these aldehydes as well as ketones will undergo nucleophilic addition reactions. You see the mechanism of nucleophilic addition reactions in aldehydes and ketones in this slide. It involves two steps. The first step involves the addition of nucleophile on the electron deficient carbon of the carbonyl, followed by the addition of H plus from this solvent on the O minus to give the addition product. This is the addition product, in which the first step is due to the addition of nucleophile. So such type of addition reactions which are initiated by the nucleophilic attack are called as nucleophilic addition reaction. This is an example of nucleophilic addition reaction. In organic chemistry, only carbonyls and as well as ketones, that is aldehydes and ketones, only will undergo nucleophilic addition reaction, right? Right, this is the difference. Once again I am notifying you, please keep it in your mind. Acid derivatives only will undergo nucleophilic addition substitution reaction, because in them the Z is the very easy living group. They are weak bases, so they will undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction. If you look at if you compare the rate of nucleophilic substitution reaction, this is the order. Our acid chloride is undergoes strong it undergoes very fastly in nucleophilic substitution reactions, whereas acid amide will undergo slow substitution in the nucleophilic substitution reactions. But whereas our new aldehydes and ketones, that is carbonyl functional group, in them the attached hydrogen as well as alkyl group, these two are strong bases. It is very difficult to replace the hydrogen of the aldehyde, alkyl group of the keto with the new incoming nucleophile. Therefore they undergoes nucleophilic addition reaction. Right. Coming to this slide, you see here, I would like to mention you one important statement here. That's why I have showing this slide. You see here, this is a acid amide in which the lone pair on the nitrogen atom is involving in the resonance. You see here, by the transfer of lone pair of electrons from the nitrogen to the oxygen, we will get the second structure. So these are the resonance structures of amides. If you look at the two resonance structures and if you observe and analyze these resonance structures in acid amide, you can clearly see that there is a double bond character between the nitrogen and the carbon atom. So thereby our NH2 group is a strong base. It involves very easily in the resonance. It gets double bond character. It is very difficult to replace the NH2 group. From this slide we can say that acid amide undergoes nucleophilic substitution reaction very slowly because NH2 group involves in resonance. It gets double bond character. We know double bond, it is very difficult to cleave the double bond and in the substitution reaction, right? So thereby we can say that amides are less reactive in nucleophilic substitution compared to other derivatives, right? And in this slide I would like to show you one more statement, clarify you one more statement, that is, even though our acid derivatives, if you look at the acid derivatives, all the acid derivatives are having carbonyl functional group in them, C double bond O, right? But these acid chlorides, even though they are having carbonyl functional group, they do not undergo usual properties of carbonyl group. You can see here there is a note which is in red color. Here is a statement for you. Please remember this statement. All the acid derivatives, they have carbonyl functional group in them, but they do not they do not give the carbonyl properties. They do not undergo the properties of carbonyl group, because we can explain this based on this slide. You see here in the resonance structure, there is no double bond character at all, right? And moreover, the electron deficiency, there is no electron deficiency on the carbon atom of the carbonyl group. Because of these resonance structures, the deficiency is less and there is no double bond character. There is no double bond character, and other point is the electron deficiency is less. Because of these two resonance structures, there is less electron deficiency on the carbon atom, and as well as there is no double bond character, that is C double bond O. Therefore we can say that even though our acid derivatives having carbonyl functional group, because of less electron deficiency and because of less availability of double bond character, they do not give the carbonyl properties, right? This is what we have learned, right? If you try to summarize what we have learned about the acid derivatives, the important points are acid derivatives. We can prepare the acid derivatives from the carboxylic acids. Almost of all acid derivatives will undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction, and acid, if you compare the reactivity of all the acid derivatives in nucleophilic substitution reaction, acid chloride will undergo very fast because of weak basic character of chloro group. It will act as a easy leaving group. It is very easy to remove Cl group in nucleophilic substitution reactions. Whereas amide, on other hand, our amides, NH2 group is a strong base. It is not a easy leaving group. It is very difficult to replace NH2 group by the incoming nucleophile. Therefore it will undergo nucleophilic substitution reaction at very slow rate, right? And our acid derivatives do not give the properties of carbonyl group, because you can see in the last slide, you can see, because there is no double bond character at all in these resonance structures, and as well as the electron deficiency is very less. Because of this reason, our derivatives do not undergo do not give the properties of carbonyl group. This is what we have learned in this video presentation, and I think now you are feeling very comfort with what we have learned about the preparations, properties and nucleophilic substitutions in acid derivatives, right? And if you have any doubts, please post your questions in the comment section. There your questions will be answered. Finally, thank you for going through the video presentation. Here is a proverb for you: nurture the nature for the future. Thank you.